I am Sivarajeshwari from EEE department. Now we are going to discuss about the three-phase induction motor. Before that, I am going to explain the basic. So, electrical machines. Electrical machines, there are two types. DC machines. Another one is AC machines. AC machines further classified into synchronous machine, induction machine. Synchronous machine further classified into two types: synchronous generator, synchronous motor. Induction generator, induction machine further classified into two types. One is induction generator, another one is induction motor. So induction motor further it is classified into two types: three-phase induction motor and single-phase induction motor. So now we are going to discuss about the construction of three-phase induction motor. Construction, basically it consists of two parts. One is stator and another one is rotor. First we are going to discuss about the stator. Stator has a laminated type of construction. Due to it has a laminated type of construction, iron losses get minimized. So here stator has stampings which is used to reduce the hysteresis losses. Stampings are stamped together to form a stator core. This is the stator core. The stator core is placed inside the casted steel iron frame. The slots are provided in the stator. Three-phase windings placed in the slots. When the three-phase supply is given to the three-phase winding, RMF is produced. Next type, rotor. Rotor, there are two types of rotor. First one is squirrel cage induction rotor. Second one is slip ring induction motor. So first one, squirrel cage. This is the construction of squirrel cage induction motor, squirrel cage rotor. So here it resembles like a squirrel cage, hence it is called as a squirrel cage rotor. So in this squirrel cage rotor, copper bars are placed in the slots. These slots are connected parallel to the slots. These copper bars are short circuited by using N rings. So copper bars itself short circuited, hence there is no need of any external devices. So here in squirrel cage induction rotor, the number of poles depends upon the speed of the RMF. So Ns, that is equal to 120 F by P. Here the number of poles depends upon the speed of the RMF. So Ns is inversely proportional to P. When number of poles increases, the speed becomes decreases. This number of poles which is depends upon the synchronous speed. Next type of rotor is slip ring rotor. So in this slip ring rotor, here windings, one end of winding is brought together and another end of winding is connected to the rheostat, external rheostat through the slip ring and presses. The slip rings are connected in the center, the shaft part. So it is similar to the stator. Here the three-phase winding is placed in the slot. Three-phase it may be star connected or delta connected. So here the main difference between the squirrel cage and slip ring rotor means in squirrel cage copper bars are used. In slip ring windings are used. In squirrel cage there is no need of any external rheostat. In slip ring the external rheostat is used. Due to the external rheostat the slip ring and presses are required. The circuit is simple. Here the circuit is complex. So these are all about the construction of three-phase induction motor. Working principle of three-phase induction motor. So working principle, this is stator, rotor conductor. So when three-phase supply is given to the three-phase winding, RMF is produced. When three-phase supply is given to the three-phase winding, RMF is produced. Due to this RMF, there is it works based on the principle of electromagnetic induction. Due to that, here there is a current in rotor, that is called rotor current. Due to that rotor current, there is flux produced, there is MMF is produced. So take left half. In the left half, both the direction of two fluxes are same. So addition of fluxes, the flux density is more in the left half. And another right half, here the direction of both fluxes are opposite direction. Both fluxes are cancelled. So less number of flux density, less number of fluxes are there. So here the force produced from high flux density area to low flux density area. So here the slip speed, Ns minus N. Ns minus N is called as a slip speed. So slip speed, the ratio of Ns is called as a slip. Slip is defined as the slip speed ratio of slip speed to the fraction as the slip speed to the synchronous speed. So from this we can derive the speed of the rotor. Ns minus Ns which is equal to N. So take Ns as a common one. Here the speed of the rotor is Ns into 1 minus S. Ns is the synchronous speed and S is the slip value. That's all.